Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. Hope y'all are having a great Monday. Something I want to talk about. Y'all know I love my mixed media. I love making my backgrounds. But unfortunately, I guess for me, unfortunately, I don't like going out often. My anxiety, it takes everything I got to go to the doctors. Okay, so going to the arts and crafts stores, I don't go too much at all anymore. I buy off of, websites and things like that. And then what makes me disappointed is when I have something in my head that I want to buy as far as scrapbook paper, um, I never find it. I never find it when I go to the art store. So I found this place. It's called graphicstock.com, and it has a huge library of, uh, oh my goodness, so many different things you can do. You can download animals, backgrounds, people, sports things, nature. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures that you can download, and they become yours. They're free, and they're all. I mean, you can find anything that you want, and I'm going to explain what I mean because I came up against something the other day, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to do, and then I got this website that found this website, and I was like, oh my gosh, that solved everything for me. And I'm going to talk about it in a few ways that you can use it in your mixed media, your art journaling, ATC cards. I mean, this goes, you can get these pictures and size them whatever way you want. And I'm going to show you about that. Now, as you can see, this is a butterfly. And when I saw this butterfly, this is how I got hooked on to all of this. When I saw this butterfly, I was amazed that if you can see, and if you've been following along with me on this mixed media, you can see, I used all these colors and then we whited it out so much. Now, you can see how that pulls those colors out and makes them pop in the front. So when I saw that, I thought, you know what? I don't have anything. We're making this girl. She's a happy folk art girl. And so I want to have happy things around her. So I found this great butterfly with the great colors around it. Now, the color, I will tell you this. Around here, it was like, I'm going to say fireworky. And what I mean by that is it, as you can see, it has like lines that come out, and I'm not a fussy cutter. I'm somebody who cuts out, being disabled, scissors and me, they're not my best friend. So I used it to my advantage that it was solid all around here, and I just cut it out. Now, I glued it on there. A lot of times when you print out stuff, this is just regular cheap printer paper, and it's a regular inkjet printer. I know a lot of us with the laser printers, we all want laser printers so we can do transfers and we can do all those kind of things. But this is all this is my inkjet printer with regular printer paper, nothing fancy. I set it to print and it printed out. I got it. I cut it out all around to the colors. Now you can see here a little of the, whites coming through. I don't care. It just adds more depth and all. And I glued her on there, and I glued it on with a glue stick. And the reason I used a glue stick was because these are archival, and I didn't know, and not that you have to use a glue stick, but I didn't know if I glued it on, how it would react with the white wet glue, whether it be Mod Podge glue or whatever. However, once I glued this on with my glue stick, and I'm going to glue something and show you in a minute. Once I glued on with my glue stick, I sealed it with the Mod Podge, and it didn't smear. So I was thrilled to death, thrilled to death. So you can see I got my butterfly there. It's bringing out. Once I'm done with, in the next video of doing her face and getting that all together, I'm going to be pulling some of those colors back. This is just a great addition to it. It's a great palette for me to look at. And, so I'm thrilled to death with this. This is kind of stuff I love. And I can't find anything like this in the scrapbook paper. So let me just show you a few things. What did I do with it? Okay. So I printed out a few more, and I want to show you. Now, this is, I could change the size of this. This was, let's turn it this way. This was a big full page. So when I printed it, I just shrunk it. And I love this picture. And I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do with this. Now, these are owls. I turned the color down so that it looks more vintage. You can also print this out. They have probably 500 different pictures of owls on there. But I love these. And these, not only are they inspiring to draw, but I made them more vintage looking so I can use them in a project and add that vintage to it. But what I did was I printed this out and I knocked the color down a little bit. You know, when you print, you can change, you know, when you go to edit them, or, you know, in Paint or whatever you open it in, Photoshop, and you can, so this isn't as bright as you could have it. So I got this, and then I got a piece of my watercolor paper. And let me just show you. And I'm not going to worry about these little boopies on the end. I don't care about those right now. I'm just going to show you something, and I'm going to make this, and I'm probably going to do a giveaway with this. But we're just going to glue this down. Now, if you don't want to glue it on a piece of paper, this is just printer paper, so it's thin. But you can take this, you could shrink this down either before you print it or when you get it out, you can shrink it. And, you know, I'm just going to put it on this piece of paper. This piece of paper. I love things that help me create that I don't have to leave the house for. I mean, most of you, everybody who's been following me knows my story. Knows that I suffer completely with anxiety and depression and panic, and sometimes I mean I have to prepare myself. I go to the doctor's again this Thursday, and I have to prepare myself already mentally to even get myself out the door. And I'll be sick before then, and I go through all these things. And I know a lot of you are like me when it comes to that kind of stuff, because y'all suffer with me. Y'all know what it's like. But one of the things that saves me and helps me is creating. I just love creating different things. Okay, so you see, I'm just throwing my glue on there. Use your white school glue if you want. I'm using this just because it's closer here. Okay, so then let's just take your paper, and I'm going to glue it on, and do the best that you can. This is great for kids. This is great for us to do, like I said, in our art journals, on canvases. So many of us want to sell our work, and you don't have the money. You know what I mean? So how can you pass this up? All right, now look. So I got that on there. It's glued. Of course, it has to dry. You can use your brayer. You can use your scraper, you know, to make sure, like, although I love the air bubbles, but you don't have to love the air bubbles. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I just love her. You know, me and the creepy stuff. And they have creepy stuff on there too. I almost printed out the, they have so many skulls, and they also have wings that you can print out at home for your angel that we're doing. So, I mean, like, I was amazed. Now, because I'm not going to fussy cut these, this is what I love. I can edit it whatever way I want and just take them off. And I always go around a little further than cutting it out, fussy cutting, as they say, just so it makes it more controllable for me. I love that hair. I don't know how I'm going to cut around that hair, but we're going to do it. Just do your best. And then just take in. You don't have to go all the way. Just, you can leave some of the white because we can add paint to it, which we will probably, to make it blend in. Oh, sorry, my eye itched. All right. It's so miserable here today. It's like 78, but it's rainy and humid, and my body's like, really? You're getting out of bed today? I don't know why. Again, you don't have to cut out every little teeny piece. Okay. So you see. Now you can go back in if you want, and you can cut that out a little bit better if you want it. I'm not going to, because I'm not. So I'm going to take my glue. I want her to be right in the middle. And I'm just going to smear my glue. Use your glue stick if you want. I need to have a little bit more down here. And you see I'm painting that glue on. It's not running. Now here's my trick I'm going to tell you. Once you get your glue on there, only go over this once with your glue, with your brush to seal it down. Don't keep going over it back and forth because that will make everything run. But I want you to see that you don't, you know, it might lift a little teeny bit, but it's going to dry, and we just put that top coat on. So once it dries, we can work on top of it. Let me try to blow it dry, blow it dry. I'm just going to hit it with the heat gun, your hair dryer, whatever you have. I know I'm out of frame a little bit. Now, something you can do, I'm going to give you a little tip. If you want to seal the backgrounds as well, all you have to do is put one coat of your white school glue, Mod Podge, Collage Podge, gel medium, whatever you got. Just put it over the back as well as the face. So that'll seal it down. Or you can spray it very quickly with your, what's the spray called? My favorite spray. I can't, it just left my head. Where did it go? Workable fixative, workable fixative. And then just push, you know, make sure that you have it all down. Almost dry. But like I said, you can go and, sorry, I'm out of focus. Focus, focus. All right, come on. And this is great to use in your mixed media as well, because like I said, I love these owls and I'm going to do something with it. Not to mention to cut them out. Oh my God, they're so nice. Okay. So you can see where I got the glue's around here. It kind of soaked in the paper. It's okay. It just adds that texture. If you don't want it to be so much around it, do the whole back. Do the whole thing. Throw that all over it. Let it dry and it won't bother anything. But what I want to do is take some, let's see, what color do I want? I want to stay in the red and greens, but I don't necessarily want, I want to bring maybe some orange. Let's do a little bit of orange. Orange might be, no, I'm going to stick with orange, I think. Let me just squeeze a little bit of orange. Grab my brush, my other brush. Now, make sure you dry your brush off. I'm going to tell you, I'm giving you tips. Dry your brush off as much as you can, because if water hits this, it's going to also activate it to run. Now, if I'm doing grunge, which this is probably going to end up more grungy, I'm going to add some things to it, some stencils, and kind of go from there. But, like, watch. You can see it kind of running. Man, my brush isn't that wet anymore. But it like I said, if it's grunge, you want that background. If you don't want grunge, just seal it. You'll be fine. But I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to go around this hair. And I might do some yellow to pull out that yellow. But I'm going to go over where the white is. Now, you can go over where the white is with green and make it look like it blends in. It doesn't matter. And I'm just kind of adding that in. And I'm going to spray it with water. If I could find my water. Where is my water? I know I have my water somewhere. Here it is. Just to mellow it out for a minute. And then take your paper towel. Because we don't want it to be so bright. We just want to add some of that color. And give it a twist. Because you're going to make it disperse out. And that's what you want. And we're just going to start our mixed media now. See how that kind of, you get the color, but it's dispersing out like she's in the middle. I want to make it like she's popping out at you. So what does that mean? That means when I add more to the background, it'll make it take your eye back to the background that I put in, because I'm going to make that just like we did putting the white over everything. I'm going to make it more of a background, and then I'll pull things to make it more of the front. Now let's get some yellow. I'm going to mix some yellow in there. Okay. I want some yellow. See that yellow in her hair? Now you can even go over this and add yellow on top if you want it to pop more. I might. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I am going to add yellow. And you just want to pop it in. And it's going to blend, and that's what you want. Because when I whitewash that saw, I'm not going to whitewash her face so much, but when I whitewash these layers that I'm putting on, I still want some of that to come through. It doesn't matter if you still have a little bit of orange on your brush. It doesn't matter. Just when you have those lumps of yellow. And you can take it wherever you want. And you know what else would be cool? If we outline her and kind of smudge her. But see how that makes it look? It's like a big, coming at you. It's coming at you. I don't know. You know what I might do? Is I might just keep her as the middle. I'm really digging her as the middle and cutting some of that off around there. Huh. How about a little bit of white mixed in there? Just a little bit of white. Just to kind of blend it a little bit. Nothing fancy. Just to add a little bit more lightness. And if it gets too light, guess what? Take a little bit of your orange and go back in. It doesn't matter. It's just, we're just playing with paint. But I like how it makes it like, and you can lightly brush it. If you want it more smooth, like a more of an airbrush type look, very lightly go over all that. See, I think what I might do is cut her out and use her in a different painting as a part of the background. Yeah. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, let's see if this will work. All right, my white's not going to go over this. This is not like having a, I'm going to have to use paint. All right, what do I want to use? What do I want to use? Let me use my black Stabilo. There we go. And remember, these you can get a oil pencils. I have those as well. But this writes over top of your acrylic. You could do this with black paint, watercolor paint, whatever you want. I'm just trying to do this to show you guys. I really want to buy a white Stabilo, but I think I might have the oil ones that I got in an art box once. I'm going to have to look it up. Go through my stuff. All right, so you know this is watercolor, right? It's water soluble, rather. So just take a little brush. You don't want it too wet. And blend it out. And this is going to make that go. I'm going to use this when I do my next dark canvas as a background piece. Not as the main, but now the only thing you remember when you're using a water-soluble pencil is that it will be reactive again if you add more water. And you can also use your fixative above this, or some people use hairspray. I don't know, I've not used it, but some people like using the hairspray. So if you used hairspray, let me know. Let me know how it worked out for you as your fixative. And now you just play. You can just go in and brighten up her face a little bit with a little light green or a little yellow. I think I'm going in, oh my goodness gracious, with the yellow in that hair. That's what I'm doing. Let me just show you. I'm going to take it from the cap. There's only a little bit, and I'm just going to touch it that much, see? And I'm just going to kind of go in and highlight. You can use white. You can use whatever color you want. You can change the skin tone and make her regular skin tone if you want. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to highlight up here a little bit and just go over them. Go in and brighten some of those up for her highlights. And you can just go with your finger and blend it for a minute. If you're like me, I walk around with paint on me all the time because I don't care. I'm just drawing in, nothing fancy. I love, I'm going to put a little bit right here to make that jump a little bit more. I love the way when you outline it, whether you outline it with marker, you can use Faber-Castell bold, you know, like the markers that they sell. What are they called? They're my favorite things, and I can't remember what they're called. Pit artist pen. You can use a pit artist pen and go around with the black, take water and smear it just like that, and then it becomes permanent when it dries. So you can do that as well. So this is just what I'm doing here. I really like the green face, but I am gonna, like I said, keep highlighting here just a second. Where I see a little yellow, or you can use your green, you know, your light green, whatever you have. Adding some highlights. And if you really want to be fancy, you can go in and do the veins of the leaves if you want. Totally up to you. But I'm kind of digging on this. I just need a little bit more down here. And what that does is it just helps it pop out. Oh, I love her. She's almost like, I don't know, like a little fairy almost. My kind of fairy, not necessarily a fairy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out. And I'm going to try to do the jiggities. See how I'm doing? How they're jagging on the edges? And that's okay. And we're cutting, and we're cutting, and we're cutting, and we're cutting. Okay. Save the other piece. You can rip it up and use it on your in your art journal or what have you. And I'm just going to take some of this on my finger and take it around the edges a little bit. If it goes too thick like I did the first one, we'll wipe it off. Not going to worry. You want to take some yellow and go over too? Go ahead. It's yours. All right. Just take my rag and I'm going to, you know, I love tapping. I love pulling up a lot of the paint that I just put down. Give it a turn. Oh, I love it. Let me wipe that off before I put my arm in that. Love it, love it, love it. So this is what I love to do on days that I don't like to, I don't feel like doing a lot, getting involved in a lot of art, but I love making art. So, I mean, look how cool. No, let's do it this way. Keep forgetting my camera being backwards. Now I can see I have some orange there that I want to kind of tap off. There we go. And look how cool she looks. Just that little bit. Just that little bit. Like I said, I can put her on a canvas. I can use her in a background. I can do whatever I want with her. But I kind of dig her. You know what I would like to do? And I don't have it here, but I'll show you after I do it, is add some real, like add a feather or something. So bring some sort of nature aspect to her with something more real, like a feather or beads or something to like make her pop a little bit more. And I also would like to, which I might do right now, Where the heck are you? I don't want orange. I want red. Asking for red. Is that too much to ask? I'm going to add, it's all over my finger now. I'm just going to add a little bit of, into our lips. I like the red coming through. I don't know. That's just me. And then leave it dry. And you see I did that with my fingers. And you know my fingers don't like to move. Let's turn it this way. How long has it been? And I'm still getting used to my camera. Okay, let's focus. We're going to focus. Are we going to focus? There we go. I love it. Love it, love it. And not even probably outline the lips. But look how cute. Look how cute. Look how cute. I think what I'm going to do too, and I won't probably make a video of it because it would be too long. You guys let me know if you would want me to make a video about it. It wouldn't be, you know. I think I want to make her, I want to print her out smaller and make her a pendant on a necklace. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And I like this whole gig. I like this whole thing. I'm thinking about shrinking it or doing it on Shrinky Dinks, or just smaller in general. You know what? I probably shouldn't have thrown that paper away. See how my brain works? But I could use a corner of this. But I really like all the stripes. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'll throw that away. All right. So that's that. I just wanted to show you how much fun it is. And, you know, I'm going to put the link down below. You can get a 7-day free trial with them. Just click my link below. And like I said, it's graphicstock.com, and they have a humongous library of so much that you can download, and it's totally royalty free. You can use it on your YouTube, you can use it in your videos, you can use it in your art, you can use it as coloring pages, you can do whatever you want with it. And like I said, I'm going to put a free trial down below, Graphic Stock. Click the link. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys try it. And if you do try it, tag me in the pictures, because I just love seeing what you guys do. What you can do is endless. And when you see how many thousands and hundreds of thousands of pictures and all that they have on there, clip art and stuff that you can download, it's going to change everything. It really will. It'll change the way you look at going to the store and buying the scrapbook paper, which I absolutely love. But look, I can customize this to myself. So let me know what you guys think. As always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I just love you all. You guys are just so wonderful. And stay tuned for a video later on in the day of us getting our folk art girl up and running and almost done with her. So that's very exciting. And have a really blessed day, guys. Bye.